So what's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. So I'm all about giving you guys free value, right? So I just did a whole training with my clients, right, on how to successfully have a fitness journey. Okay, because a lot of you guys think that you know what you have to do to get results. Like you'll say oh, I just have to eat healthier, I just have to work out consistently. That's the superficial general version of it. All right. There's certain things that you have to be aware of to see the results that you want to see. Right. So this is a more detailed, in-depth version of it so that you can embark on your fitness journey and see results on your own. All right. That's how good I want my content to be, that if you were to watch my shit, right, you could go see results on your own. Right. That's how good I want it to be. All right. That's what I'm striving for. OK, I want you guys to know the ins and outs. Right. Because even though there's so much information on the internet, right, a lot of it is bullshit. I'm straight to the point. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need. All right. And in this training, I go in depth on how you basically what you need to look for in your fitness journey. The pillars of success that you need to really, check mark each day, right? So that you can see results. If you watch this video, you apply everything and you study it, you'll have no problem getting to your fitness journey on your own. You have no problem at all. No problem, right? Now, if you half-ass it, hey, then that's on you, right? But this video will be long, right? But, I'm long-winded. I like to get my point across. I like to be very in-depth. So you'll be watching an in-depth training, right, on the success or the pillars of success when it comes to your fitness journey. All right, we're gonna deep dive into nutrition. We're gonna deep dive into mindset, because mindset is very important. We're going to deep dive into exercises and how you should, be going about your exercises and how to train. We'll be going into community and accountability, because having community and accountability is damn near the most important part. Without it, you won't achieve your goals. So we're going to go in depth on the pillars of success that has gotten my clients great results. And I'm going to give it all to you for free. All right. Enjoy the video. If you guys have any questions, just drop it in the comments. I'll answer them best I can. All right.
Look, if you guys want to reach your fitness goals, okay, then you have to know these pillars, right, to see consistent progress over and over and over and over again. Okay, you have to get very good at the fundamentals, all right, to see results. And I'm going to teach you the fundamentals, right? And then even for you guys that know the fundamentals, I'm going to tell you how to be more efficient with the fundamentals of getting results on your fitness journey. Because a lot of people don't know the fundamentals, right, to reach their goals. And I'm going to give you an in-depth breakdown right now, okay? So give me 1 second, because I need to make sure that it all comes up right here. Boom. All right. So if you guys have any questions, just do this. Just raise your hand, right? Just raise your hand and ask a question. All right, just raise your hand. If everybody knows how to raise their hand on here, just raise your hand at the on the bottom of the Zoom, and then I'll answer it. But I probably won't answer questions until this is all the way through done. Okay. So with that being said, let me make sure that 100% this is getting recorded, because I would hate to go through this whole thing and it not be recorded. Okay, it is recording. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. All right. All right, bet. Let's do it. Okay. No more struggling to reach your goals. All right. No more struggling. I'm seeing a lot of you guys, some of you guys are either seeing great results, right, but you can see even better results, or you're struggling to get momentum, right? Or some of you guys are getting momentum and then you're losing momentum. All right. I'm going to give you guys the pillars of success with your fitness goals. This will be, right, an in-depth way, okay, of how to become more successful on your fitness journey. Okay, more in-depth, in freaking depth. Okay, so I want this to be interactive. So everything I tell you guys to write down in the comments, because if you write it down in the comments, you'll remember it, regurgitate it a lot faster. Okay, and I won't be keeping this thing super long for you guys. Okay, so with that being said, let's dive into it. Right? Okay. How fitness can help you outside of the gym. Okay. Before we go into the pillars of success, you have to understand how embarking on a fitness journey is one of the most empowering things that you can do if if your goal is to become a better version of yourself. Drop down 100 sign in the comments if if you embarked on this fitness journey to become a better version of yourself. You wanted to be a healthier version of yourself. You wanted to, have more discipline, have more confidence, have a better body. Drop a 100 sign if that was you. Right? That's why I started, right? So physical fitness is more than just looking good and feeling good. It's about discipline. It's about sacrifice. It teaches you sacrifice. Right. And it's personal growth. It's about creating a mindset that is bulletproof and creating healthy habits that can help you outside of the gym. This training will be designed to help you not only see results consistently, but how to know what to focus on to see the changes you want to see. Now, with that being said, I just want one person, doesn't matter who, right? One person tell me how being on your fitness journey, tracking your macros, being consistent with your workouts, how has that benefited you outside of the gym? Just one person. Tell me how that discipline from fitness has benefited you outside of it. One person, then we're going to move on. It's one person. One person.
All right, I'll go. This is Shimon. I'm a server and I own a business. So just of course, when the server walks up to your table, just you immediately start experience. Your experience kind of starts when the server walks up to your table or whatever. So just by the way that I look, the way I present myself, a lot of people say, hey, the first thing they say, hey, you work out, or so my money. Basically, what I'm trying to say while I'm stumbling all over my words is that my money goes up if I'm taking better care of myself because, people just pay you more when you look better. You know what I
mean? Perfect. So and I'm glad that Sherman and me and Sherman had a very deep talk like last night. Me and him always have deep talks every other month. But but that's good that he's noticing how getting in better shape and being more disciplined with his journey, how it's integrating into his life, right? And that's what I really want you guys to think about outside of this training is how is getting in better shape, how is being more disciplined, how is being more consistent, right, with your fitness, how is that benefiting you outside of the gym, right? So that you can be more excited to get in the gym. Okay, so that's what I really want you guys to focus on moving forward, because if you guys have that understanding of how it's going to benefit you in your life, what's going to happen is you're going to be more consistent with doing the things that you have to do to reach your goals because you understand how it benefits you outside of just looking better, right? So really think about that, and we're going to move on to the next thing, okay? So these are the main pillars of success, okay? These are the main pillars of success, okay? Right? Everybody write down in the comments, there are 3 main pillars of success. Just write down 3 pillars of success. Just write down in the comments 3 pillars of success. All right. There's 3 pillars of success. All right. That first pillar is nutrition and efficient food tracking. Hitting your macros account for 70% of your results. Like if you're not hitting your macros, you don't know what your macros are, you're missing out on 70% of results that you could possibly be getting, right? You need to hit your macros daily and track what you eat on a consistent basis to see results. Doing this alone will allow you to lose body fat and build muscle at a faster and more efficient rate. Think of your macros like your body's KPIs. For you guys that have businesses, right? You guys understand that there's something called key performance indicators, all right, in your business. Basically, these are activities that are going to push your business forward if you get them done on a day-to-day basis, right? Your macros are your key performance indicators. Your steps are your key performance indicators. If you do these things every day, if you hit your macros and hit your steps every single day, right, then you will see very good changes. The reason why a lot of people have not seen the results that they want to see is because they simply just don't understand their macronutrient. They don't understand their macros at all. They just don't, right? They're just relying on eating healthier, right? So what you guys have to do is you have to hit these with efficiency, right? At least 6 days a week. At least 6 days a week. All right. Because every time you don't hit your macros, right? If you hit your macros, you take one step forward. If you don't hit your macros, you could be taking 2 steps back, right? So every time you do something good, right, you only take 1 step forward. But every time you do something bad or you don't hit it, you can take 2 steps back. Okay. And that's what we don't want. We can't make forward progress if we're always taking 2 steps back. All right. Now the next main pillar of success is this: steps and workouts. Steps are critical to staying in a deficit. You need to hit them daily to see changes you wish to see. Workouts in the gym are designed to shape your body the way you want. Steps help you keep you in that deficit to make you keep fat off. Right? If you're not getting enough steps in per day, then you're not going to burn enough fat, right? You're not going to burn enough fat to keep fat off. Okay? The macros is what burns the body fat, right? And helps you build proper muscle definition, right? The steps and the workouts, think of it like canvassing your body, right? When you go into the gym and you work out, right? You use the weights, right? In lifting weights, right? As like your paintbrush. It's like your paintbrush. Okay. It's like you drawing a canvas, it's like Picasso drawing a painting. The weights are just to build your shape, right? The macros and the steps help you lose the fat. And a lot of people think that losing the fat comes from the gym. Fat loss comes to everything that you do outside of the gym. It has nothing to do with in the gym. People in there doing dumb, like, I'm not saying that you can't do HIIT workouts, right? They're fun from time to time. But if you're relying on HIIT workouts, right, and high intensity workouts to basically lose fat, right, and you're just in there just killing yourself doing cardio, you're not going to lose the fat and build the body that you want, right? So you have to make sure that, you hit those those pillars. And then the last one is community and accountability, right? You need to be around like-minded individuals to achieve your goals, right? You need friendly competition to keep you motivated. You also need guidance daily and accountability so that when life gets hectic, you don't fall off the path. All right. So what do I mean by you need to be around like-minded individuals? A lot of the people that you guys are associating yourself with do not work out. They fall off all the time. They're not serious about their fitness goals. They're probably drinking and partying on the weekend, which is no problem with that. But they're not eating healthy. They're inconsistent. Right. And you think that you're going to see results hanging out with them? No, you won't. So this community provides you with individuals that are not only in better shape than you, but they're more driven than you. Right. And they're more serious about their fitness. 90% of them. So that means if you're around them, only one of two things can happen. Either A, you're going to rise to the occasion, be competitive. Right. And be like, OK, look, I'm not going to let these guys I'm going to show up for these guys. Right. Or what you're going to do is you're going to say, fuck this. This is not really that important to me. They're taking it too seriously and you're going to fall by the wayside. Right. Now, if you're in this program, of course, you won't do that. Right. But you need that accountability. Right. You need to be in a community where people are taking their fitness journey seriously. You need to be in a community where people are losing 10 to 15 pounds. Right. In a month. Right. You need to see a community of guys where we have guys like Montreal who's getting 20,000 steps before 9 a.m. Because now in your mind, you're like, well, I can't even get 10,000 steps. But then Montreal puts in the group that he gets 20,000. You're like, oh, shit, it is possible. Right. It's shattering belief systems. It's destroying limiting beliefs when you have the right community. Right. The only reason why you haven't rised to the body that you want is simply because the people around you haven't forced you to change enough yet. Right. So since they haven't forced you to change, right, you're stuck at where you're at. And the ones in this community that are not coming into the community a lot, right, they're the ones that are falling off and the ones that are not seeing the best results because what you're doing is you're intentionally telling me and showing us as a community that fitness is just not on the forefront. And it doesn't have to be number one or number two, but it definitely has to be in the top 5 if you want to see results, if you want to see crazy results, right? So also you need guidance daily, right? You need guidance daily and accountability so that when life gets hectic, you don't fall off the path, right? So the reason why you guys fall off is not because you just need to lock in or be more disciplined. No, you fall off because you fail to let anyone hold you accountable. And the reason why you fail to let anyone hold you accountable is because the person that holds you accountable is putting a mirror up to you and letting you know and stripping you of all your excuses and showing you who you really are. See, what happens is when someone holds you accountable, right? And you tell them that you want to lose 20 pounds and these are the things that you're going to do it, and you don't do it, and that person tells you that you're not doing it, what happens is they're showing you what your true character is looking like. And then you start to understand and see, right, who you truly are. And that can be very demoralizing because you're so used to excuses, excusing you from activities that when someone is like, no, like you need to do this, you now get a very grasp understanding on why you haven't been able to achieve the results that you wanted to achieve, right? And it's very clear. You just don't take enough action day to day to get the results that you want, right? So that's why you need guidance. And then also you need guidance because sometimes you just don't know how to effectively track your food. Sometimes you just don't know what meals to eat to hit your macros. So having that guidance, all right, maybe you don't know how to, because some of you guys, for some reason, every time you guys go on vacation, you stop your fitness journey. Like you're like, oh, well, I'll continue when I get back, right? Sometimes you just need someone there hold you accountable. Like, no, you're still going to the gym even on vacation. Like this doesn't stop, right? Your heart doesn't stop beating because you're on vacation. All right. So these are the main pillars of success right here. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to go into food tracking and macros. Okay. Tracking your food consistently every single day and learning how to hit your calorie intake, protein intake, carb intake, and fat intake is the hack you're looking for. You guys are trying to look for a hack. Like what's the best way to lose 20 pounds, 10 pounds, get abs? It's hitting your macros and tracking your food every single day. If you were to hit your macros at least 6 days a week, schedule cheat meals 2 to 3 days in advance, right? And always hit your protein intake, there's no reason why you couldn't get the body that you want. There's no reason. Right? You never want to track in cups. You want to track all good food and bad food, and you always want to use grams to track your food, right? And the reason why we're going to bring this up is because I noticed that a lot of you guys, when you guys are in let me know if you guys can see my my Fitness Pal right here. Can you guys see it? Just tell me yes or no.
Yep.
Bet. All right. So now this is what I mean. Like a lot of you guys are going in here, right? Let me see. So a lot of you guys are not tracking your food correctly, right? Like you're going in here and then I'll type in I don't know. Shit. Rice. Now, you guys are going in here. You'll do like white rice cupped, and then y'all have it in cups. You never want to do it in cups. I don't know why you guys are doing that. You never want to have it in cups because that is a very inaccurate unit of measurement because what MyFitnessPal thinks is 1 cup is a lot different than what you think is 1 cup. 1 cup to MyFitnessPal might be this, right? And to you, 1 cup might be this, right? Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? Like, look, you might think 1 cup is this, right? And then MyFitnessPal might think 1 cup is this. And then at the end of the week, when you're like, well, George, I gained 2 pounds. That's because you're inaccurately putting the stuff in. You want to put everything in grams. You always log your food in grams because when you put it on the food scale, it will give you an accurate measure and you can actually understand your portions, right? There's no way you can understand your portions if you don't have a food scale. It's not possible, right? So now let's say that, you couldn't find grams. What you would do is you would go to the next, right? You would find white rice and you would find the next entry that has grams in it, right? Because let's say that I found this one first, right? Right here. Perfect. White rice cooked. Let's say that this was the first entry, right? Oh, my bad. This one right here, right? And then it just has 1 cup in teaspoons. Most of you will be like, well, it's not giving me an option for grams. Then you just don't use that entry. Use a different entry, right? You go to the other entry, this one right here, right? Oh, my bad. This one right here. And then you type in grams. Boom. And then you always want to use USDA, right? Simple stuff, you always want to type in USDA. Like, you guys are not doing that, right? Simple stuff, white rice, chicken breast, salmon, steak. You always type in USDA. Now, if you're eating out at like a fast food restaurant, if it's not a very popular chain, then you should not be eating there too often because it will be very hard for you to track, right? It will be very hard for you to track. But something like, let's say that you're going to like Wendy's, right? You type in Wendy's, and Wendy's whole menu is in here. The whole menu is on here. Okay? The whole menu, right? And you always want to go with the one that has the shield and the green check. Right? If it's a famous fast food place. Now let's say that you're going to a restaurant that's not famous and it doesn't have all the food on the menu. The only way to track that food is unless you bring your food scale to the restaurant, which you should do, right? If you're serious about results, right? But let's say that you don't, you still need to track it. Listen to what I just said. You still need to track it. Do not use that as an excuse not to track it. Don't be like, well, George, I didn't know how to track it, so I didn't track it. No, you still need to track it. You still need to track everything. You want to track everything that you eat. The reason why you want to track everything that you eat is because if you track everything that you eat, you will not guess, or you will not be in the dark as to why you aren't seeing results. A lot of people just don't see results because they're just not aware, right? They're just not aware. They're just not aware. So you want to track as much as you can. And the more you track, right, the more you consistently track, right, the better you'll get at it. I had to track my food for over 365 days to get good at it. If some of you guys have just started now tracking for the first time in your life a month ago, and then you're like, well, I'm just not good at it. Well, yeah, you've never done it. That's like me trying to go go to the NBA 3-point line, right? And then make 5 out of 10 threes, but I've never shot at a 3-point line NBA 3. Right. And then mad that I couldn't do it in the first week. I've never shot at a 3-point line from that far. Right. And the first week I'm pissed because I can't hit 5 out of 10. I've never practiced it. But if I would have done it for a whole year, right, and then I still couldn't do it, that would be a little different. But that's not the case. Some of you guys want to be good at something, right? You guys don't want to look bad at it, right? And then some of you guys are just plainly just not tracking anything, like nothing. And then it shows, right? It shows, right? Every day you need to track, every day. And you don't track food, days after you've ate the food, because you're going to get it wrong. You guys really should be always track your food in advance. Write that down in the comments. Track your food in advance for it to be accurate. Write that down in the comments. Track my food in advance for it to be accurate. Write that down in the comments. Like, because some of you guys think that if you track it day of, it's going to be accurate. Yeah, you're going to be accurately tracking what you ate, but you're not going to hit the macros. The goal of you tracking your food is to hit the macros. It's not just to track food. Do you guys understand that? Who doesn't understand that? Who doesn't understand that concept? Who literally does not understand that concept at all? Like for real. If that's you, the best time is to really just like be really be humble and be like, hey, like, I don't understand that. Because some of you guys really don't understand that. Your goal is not just the main root reason as to why we're tracking our food is to hit a protein intake, a carb intake, and to be under our fat intake. We don't track food just to track food. Just tracking food won't get you results. You have to hit the numbers. Do you guys, does that make sense? Or do I sound foreign? Right? You have to hit the numbers. If I tell you to eat 180 grams of protein, your job is not just to track food and be massively under 180 grams. Your job is to track your food and eat 180 grams of protein. Does that make sense? Right? That's the goal. That's the goal. Right? So hopefully that was like a little bit more in depth for you guys. Because I didn't want to just go through this stuff. Like, let me know if you guys have any questions about that. Right? Who has any questions about tracking their food or how important it is? How many of you guys like listened to that and was like, man, I just do not understand. Right? Saved by the wolves. Okay. So the next thing is weightlifting. Okay. Working out in the gym is where you shape your body and build the shape you want. You cannot get the body you want without adding stress to your muscles to elicit the changes in your body. Building lean muscle tissue will make you look better and keep fat off. Track what weight you use each set. Hydrate between sets. Have a pre-workout meal before workouts for extra energy. Gradually increase the weight each set. Lift with good tempo and form. Always squeeze the muscle that you're working. Right? Always squeeze the muscle that you're working. Right? So let me show y'all something real quick. Okay? This is what I mean. Like for you guys that don't understand. Okay? So for some of you guys that don't understand. Okay? So you see here how when Reynard did his workout, he logged each weight that he's using, right? Well, this is a pull-up, so he just put how many he did, right? He just put how many he did. You want to do that because if you're not tracking what weights you're using, you don't know if you're getting stronger or not. So you guys understand the term progressive overload, right? Well, actually, some of you guys don't, but some of you guys hear these terms and then you guys spit them out, but you don't know how to apply them, right? This is how you apply it in real time. That's why this app is so much of a cheat code. You guys don't even understand it. Look, I don't know why he did this right here. I think he put this. I think he meant to put 100 pounds here, but he's gradually increasing the weight, right? For the most part, right? He's gradually increasing the weight. And that's why he's getting results. Because now, on the next time that he does this workout, it will tell him that last time he did the workout, he did 65 pounds. So he in his mind, right, he knows that a working weight for him, a weight that is going to push him is 65, right? So he would start, right, his first set with 65, right? And then he will increase from there. Now, some of you guys will be like, well, Coach George, I won't be able to hit the rep range if I do that. Great. Good. If you can always hit the rep range, then you're not pushing hard enough. You're not pushing hard enough. You're just not. You should be failing 1 or 2 reps shy of the rep range, right? So if the rep range is 12, you should pick a weight that you can only do about 10. Like at 8, your arms are shaking. And that's why you guys are not getting the definition and toning up the way that you want. In order for write this down. In order for you to get results, right? You have to add more stress. If you want to get more results, you have to add more stress. Right? You guys have to do that. In order to get more results, you have to add more stress, right? And adding more stress on your muscles is the only way for them to change. The only thing that elicits change is stress. If you don't stress out your muscles, you won't build definition and you won't tone up the way that you want. You won't. All right, that's just how it goes, right? That's why I tell you guys to stop doing all those light sets, right? It just won't happen, right? Right? Okay, good job, you guys. Okay, daily steps. These are very important. Getting your steps in goes hand in hand with your macros. Getting your steps in daily helps keep you in a calorie deficit so that you can lose more fat. The more steps you can get on a daily basis, the more fat you'll burn, right? Walking is great for fat loss because it doesn't burn through your muscle. Running and jogging and sprinting not only uses up your muscle if it's too much, but it takes longer to recover from. When you guys do sprints, when you guys do long runs, like your body has to recover from that, right? So if you do that and then the next day I have you doing legs, you're gonna be like, George, I can't do it. I just ran, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, who told you to fucking run, right? So like, but this is like a basic format. Start the day with a 20-minute walk, right? Never forget your watch at home. I didn't think I'd have to put that in there, but some of you guys are texting me like, oh, my bad, George. I didn't, I forgot my watch at home, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I thought we wanted to see results. Slap your watch needs to be on your wrist. All right. Because I only count what's tracked. I had a client earlier this week, right? She said like, oh yeah, like I did steps, at work. I just didn't have my watch on. Right. And I was like, well, I'm not going to count that because that's like you going to your boss saying that, hey, I was at work and I was working, but I forgot to clock in. You wouldn't get paid if you went to work and didn't clock in. You wouldn't get paid. Right. They would have been like, oh, well, you just don't get paid. You shouldn't have forgotten that you clocked in. Same thing applies here because we don't know how many steps you truly got at work. You might think that you got 5,000 steps. The whole time you only got 2,000. Right? So you never forget your watch at home and you end the day with a 20, 30-minute walk. Right? So you want to start the day off. You want to wake up earlier. Start the day off with a walk. First, have your watch charged and slap it on your wrist as soon as you wake up. Right? Do a 20-minute walk. Start the day. Walk during lunchtime for 10 to 15 minutes and then do a 20, 30-minute walk at the end of the day. And then walk at work. Now, we actually have some straight killers in here, right? That gets a lot of steps. So let me see what we got in here. We actually got 11 people. So I'm going to have 2 people tell you how they get their steps, right? If you guys don't know. So Montrell, you go first, and then Dame, you go second. How do you guys consistently get your steps in every day? Like in-depth breakdown on how you do it. Because some of the guys in here and girls, they're like, oh, I just can't walk that much. And you guys thought, and I don't think Montrell ever thought that way. But Dame, right, he definitely was like, bro, I can't get all those steps at first. And then he's like, fuck it. So Montrell, Dave, I don't care who goes first. How do you guys get your steps in consistently? Right? Because you guys get them in consistently. I'm not going to lie to you.
All right. So when I first wake up and my feet hit the floor, I'm running around my house. Like I'm brushing my teeth, running around, eating my protein cereal before I go to the gym. Everything I'm doing, I'm running in place or running around the house. Like I don't sit still until I get to work. So even when I get to the gym, in between each set, the whole minute or minute and a half rest time, I'm running in place. Like I don't rest. I just go straight back into my workout. So I'm getting at least 7,000 to 8,000 steps at the gym. And so when I get home from the gym, I'm still running around the house. Then by the time I hit my 20,000, I said it's time to go take a shower. So that's how I hit mine in less than 2 hours.
Montrell,
Yeah,
you are
that's diabolical.
that's crazy. But Dave, how do you hit yours, bro? Because
Man, I wake up in the morning. I do about a 45-minute walk in the morning, so it give me about 3 to 3.5 miles, about 6,000 steps. But I was about to say something earlier when you said something about people who have been at work and thinking they get more steps than they do. I work in the hospital. I'm always moving around, and if I don't go to the walk in the morning, I'm only getting out of work. Like right now, I just got out of work and didn't walk this morning. I'm only at 4,000 steps right now, and I work in the hospital walking all day long. So you may think you stepping more than what you stepping, but you're really not. So now I got to go to the gym. So like Montreal, I stole Montreal's idea. So in between every set, I'm literally running in place. I'm jogging in place the whole time. People be thinking I'm a boxer because I be like, you know how like you do the little,
yeah,
Yeah, everything I'm boxing in the gym or whatever. Like, you a boxer? I'm like, nah, I'm just getting my steps in. I've been in the grocery store and shit, getting my steps in. But yeah, it's really just between the steps, 45 minutes before work, and then whatever is remaining after my workout, which I get about 2 to 2.5 miles at the workout just from running in place in an hour workout. So yeah, 16K a day to keep the stress away. Ooh.
Man. So like now you guys are like, they have not missed a step. Like bro, they literally haven't missed. They haven't missed. All right. They haven't fucking missed. Okay. So for you guys that say that you can't get those steps in, that's a self-limiting belief. All right. You guys can get it in. You just don't want to get it in. Right. Because if, like, you know, like, let's just say that, you know, someone were to come to your house and be like, put a gun to your head and say, hey, like, you need to get these fucking steps in, or I'm gonna blow your brains out by the end of the day. You would get those steps in the fastest you've ever got them in. You would have them done in an hour and a half. But there's no urgency. Right? If you don't front load the beginning of your day with steps, you will make up for it at the end of your day. Listen to what I just said. If you do not front load your day with steps, you will have to end the back end of your day with all the steps that you have to do. And then you have to understand that when you do that, your willpower is a lot lower. So when your willpower is a lot lower, you're doing these steps and it feels like a daunting task. You're like, fuck, this shit is so hard. I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. That's because your willpower is so low because you waited until the end of the day to get those steps in. You waited to the end of the day. So you're going to feel like it's very daunting. You might have to be on the treadmill for an hour, but that's because you waited all day to get them done. You might have to be on there for 2 hours, right? But that's your doing because you didn't plan your stuff efficiently and you didn't work with urgency. Okay, urgency is what gets your steps in, and being aware that you have steps. Right, so you guys just heard 2 guys that get 16 to 20,000 steps 7 days a week, right? And they haven't missed for the last 4 to 5 months with their steps. They just broke it down for you. Free game, all right? Community and accountability. Being in the group chat and messaging me daily is critical to your success. The more you message me, the more you're in the group, the more you are in tune with your fitness journey. No one achieves anything on his or her own. They need a community. You are who you associate with. Guidance and reassurance, right? Guidance and reassurance that you are on the right track will keep you on the right path to your goals. A lot of you guys are just very doubtful and not very clear as to if you're on the right path, because a lot of people don't want to feel like they're just doing something and they're not going to get a return on their investment, right? No one wants to go into the gym, do all these steps, track all this food just not to see the body that they want to see. That's why you need to stay in contact with me consistently so that I can let you know and reassure you if you're on the right track or not, right? But if you don't have me, or you just choose not to talk to me for whatever God knows reason, and you try to go off on your own and you're fighting this mental battle with yourself, then what's going to happen is you're going to talk yourself out of doing the things that are going to get you to your results. And then you're going to be like, well, you know, it didn't work for me. No, it does work. You just don't work. There's a difference. There's a difference, right? So what to post in, those are the things that to post in the group. If you guys just don't know, post selfies of you at the gym, post macros and steps, share your meals, right? But I know for a fact that first, community and accountability is the most important aspect of all of this, right? Guidance. Because when I had a coach, when I didn't talk to my coach for more than 2 days, I began, and I'm very disciplined with this shit, right? But when I didn't talk to my coach for 1 or 2 days, and it was a bad day, I was concocting and I was coming up with thoughts as to why I couldn't do what he told me to do. And I'm very dedicated to this shit, right? So I know that if me, right, who's very dedicated and very disciplined, if you were to ask me, to fitness, if I was thinking that right? And fitness has been basically the forefront of my life for a long time. I can only imagine what you guys are thinking if you guys don't hear from me in just shit a day, shit half a day. You're already thinking, like, damn, this is a lot of steps. Damn, I don't really know how to track this shit. Damn, this is a lot. Damn, like, fuck this, right? So that's why you need to make sure that you're in constant communication with me so that I can reassure you that you're on the right track or not. That's why having guidance is so key. Because a lot of people are on their fitness journey driving. It's like a car. It's like, I live in Michigan. If I were to drive, right, from Michigan to California with no GPS, if I were to drive long enough, I'd eventually get there. But it would take me months. It would take me months to do, right? That's how a lot of you and a lot of people are navigating their fitness journey, right? They're going about their fitness journey with driving and taking action with no clear direction or guidance. A lot of people think that guidance and direction is stealing an influencer's workout. You're winging it. That's winging it, right? And for my clients here, if you guys are not in communication with me doing the workouts, but never communicating with me, you're winging it too. You are still winging it because more than likely you're not tracking everything that you need to track. You're not aware how to do it. You're just trying the workouts, trying to hit your steps. You're winging it. You're winging it. Not winging it looks like this: constant communication with a coach or mentor, because they can course correct you, right? So with that being said, you guys need that. You guys need that. You need to be in the community, right? You need to be in the community 24/7. This, like, look, I've been coaching men for a long time. Success leaves clues. Write that down in the comments. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. Write that down in the comments. Success leaves clues. Every client that I've had that's been successful, more than 95% of them, has been in that group chat consistently and has joined these calls consistently. Montreal doesn't even have to come to the calls, but he still does. That tells me a lot about him. He shows up no matter what. Some of you guys that don't even got good results find ways not to even join. Oh, I got work. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got that. Montreal's in the squad car probably, still listening to this. Dame just left work, right? Still joined. Because these trainings are critical to your knowledge to turning fitness into a lifestyle. You guys have forgotten because you guys are so, and you guys don't understand how blessed you are. I just had a client message me this, right? He was like, bro, Coach G, like, I took for granted all the accountability and stuff that you used to give me, bro. I took for granted the accountability. I took advantage of the convenience of the app, bro. Like, it's just so much better when you're getting led, right? And I say, yeah, you took it for granted. Now he's struggling on his fitness journey. He said he's gonna come back. We'll see, but he said he's gonna come back to the program, right? You guys take for granted that all this stuff until you have to go off and do it on your own, and then you realize how hard it truly is on your own. Right? And I remember Dame was telling me that too. He was like, bro, he literally hopped on the call with me. He was like, bro, like, I just like the convenience. I don't want to think. The power of just getting something specifically for you and then you just executing on that is crazy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All you have to do is execute and ask questions, and you'll get your results that you want. Straight up. Right? Straight up. Love it. Back up. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Right? So, yeah, that's what you guys need. Right? And here's a bonus one: mindset. Everybody write this down in the comments. Mindset is key. Mindset is key. Write it down in the comments. Mindset is key. Right?
Everybody looks at us so close, and it's cool because they see their fellow drivers, their friends, drivers that they've idolized over the years. But it's kind of like
My bad, I had to mute somebody. Okay, my bad. Okay, we're almost done, you guys. We're almost done. Okay. Mindset is key. Mindset is critical to your fitness goals because your self-limiting beliefs, traumas, can hold you back from achieving your goals you set for yourself. Your mindset can be your greatest weapon working towards your goals. It can be your greatest weapon working towards your goals, or it can be your greatest enemy, keeping you away from your goals. Listen to what I just said. Your mindset can be your greatest weapon, or it can be your greatest enemy. Right? Okay, I don't know why I put what to post in the group, but listen to to get a better mindset, right? The only thing that you have to do is listen to motivational speakings daily. You need to stop listening to shit you need to start listening to empowering shit. All right. Like real motivational speakers and personal development speakers, right? Like Eric Thomas and type in Wes Watson motivation in YouTube, type in Cole De Silva, type in who is some other motivational speakers? Just type in motivational speakings and just listen to them and listen to what they say about no excuses and stuff like that. And literally listen to that in the gym rather than trying to find the next song. Right? Because then it's going to harden your mind, right? And then you won't have excuses. Then you realize, oh shit, there is no excuses. It's either my goals or not. Right? Right? Look at comfort as regression, right? And never seek to maintain, always have a growth mindset. Remember that. Never seek to maintain. Anyone that tells me that they want to reach a goal to maintain, what they're telling me is, hey, I want to reach a goal, right? And then I just want to fall off, right? In life, there is no maintaining. It's either you're growing or you're dying. Because people that are trying to maintain, life is moving forward. So if you're not moving forward, you're going behind the current. Listen to that again. There is no maintaining in life. It's either you're moving forward or you're moving backwards because time is moving forward. In my 28 years of living, I've never seen time stop for anything, ever. It keeps on moving forward. So that tells you that you need to keep on moving forward. You need to set the next goal. You need to set your mind on a new aspiration. You need to constantly be looking forward every single day, right? I remember I asked, Montreal, and then I asked other clients of mine too. Montreal is just the only guy that you guys know in your group right now, because I have other clients, Deontay, all the people, but you guys don't know them. Emeka, right? I asked them, I'm like, bro, what do you think really benefited in your success in the program? He said that he has a mission-focused mindset. Mission-focused. He's mission-focused. He's results-driven. Results-driven people do what it takes every day to get their outcome, no matter what it takes. You guys think you want results until I tell you to do 10,000, until I tell you to do 12, 14, 15,000 steps. Because that's what your body requires. Write this down in the comments. Results are not about what you want to do. It's about doing what's required. Listen to what I just said. Results are not about what you want. It's not about what you want to do. It's about doing what's required. Right? Some of you guys' body requires you to get 15,000 steps because the fat is so stubborn. Some of you guys your body requires you to lift heavier even when you don't want to, right? Because you just can't tone up unless you do that. You have to do what's required. You guys are too focused on. Well, I don't want to do that. I can't. No, it's what's required. So you're either going to do what's required and get the result, or you're not. It's very simple. It's very black and white. It's honestly very black and white. It's very simple. It is very simple. Either you do it or you don't. And people want to find hacks, right? Because they want to go around that. You can't ever go around that. Okay? You can't ever go around that. It's very black and white. Either you do the fucking work or not, right? So your mindset plays a big role in it. Pass me that Ozempic pen. Results are not about what you do; it's about doing what's required, right? It's about doing what's required. If your job tells you, right? Think about it. Look at your job. If your job tells you to do a certain task and it's required for you to do to get paid, or it's required for you to work a certain amount of hours to get a certain amount of money. What the what? It's the same thing with your fitness. It's literally the same thing. It's the same thing. Results are about the actions that need to be taken daily that's required. Look, I'm not into what you want to do. I'm not into that. I'm into results. I want you guys to see results, right? You want results like this, right? Right? You want to get fucking ripped and right? And if you're a girl, you want to be tight and you want to have a nice body, right? Then you have to do what's required. So if that means you have to walk on the treadmill for an hour after work, then you just do what you got to do. Instead of scrolling for an hour, you just walk. You got to do what's required, bro. And some of you guys haven't grasped that yet because you're still looking and seeing if there's a shortcut. There is none. The faster that let me see something real quick. Let me see how many people we got. Somebody in here, right? We got Sherman, Franco, Ty. We got Ty, Dave. Then we don't got Devontae in here. He would tell you guys for sure. But somebody in here, just let me know based off of the results you've seen so far. Has there been any shortcut that you've had that you've been able to take to get the results that you got right now? Yes or no? Has there been any? He's working. See, man, the guy's always working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no shortcut. Like, man, he's always working, right? There is no shortcut. Have any of you guys found a shortcut yet? Because tell me. Look, I'm literally asking right now. This is for me, okay? Have any of you guys found a shortcut? Because I realized there wasn't one 4 years ago, right? The shortcut for me is just not having to think. Yeah, that is a shortcut, but you still got to do the work, though. You still got to do the work. That is a shortcut. That's the reason why having a mentor and a coach and a trainer is very important, because they cut out the thinking. You can just have to act, right? So I guess, yeah, you are right with that one, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So with that being said, okay, look, success leaves clues, okay? Success leaves clues. Write that down in the comments. Success leaves clues. Follow these traits of all my successful clients that see results in their journey. Okay, that's all you have to do. Just inhabit these traits that all of them tracked every day, at least 90% of the time. They hit their macros pretty much 90% of the time, every day. They didn't miss a workout, right? Even if they didn't hit their macros, they didn't miss a workout. They didn't miss workouts. Like missing workouts was just they just couldn't comprehend not hitting a workout, right? They had a non-negotiable mindset. I told them what to do. They did it. They are in the group chat. They hit their steps. Success leaves clues. These are all the things that you just have to do. Like if you're like, well, George, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. You do know what to do. You just don't want to do what you're told. You just want to find a shortcut. And the faster you understand that there is none, faster results you'll get. All right. So with that being said, yeah, right. Yeah. So that was a great training, right? That was a great training. Now, with that being said, right? Hell no, there's no shortcut. Man, there's no shortcut. Like I try to tell these people, like they're like, yeah, what's the hack, bro? What's the hack? The hack is this. All right. If you consistently put in the work, you're going to be guaranteed an outcome. Right? If you consistently put in the work, you are guaranteed an outcome. The second you stop putting in the work, the second that you go on up. Right? So, with that being said, somebody give me their takeaways. Right? Give me their aha moment. Tell me what you guys learned today, right? That could really help you guys out from today's training. I put my heart and soul into that. Okay, put my heart and soul into that. So what did you guys learn from that? Somebody, I don't care who. Somebody just tell me their takeaways. I don't care who it is, right? No, make me call on somebody, right? Make me call on somebody. Make me call on somebody, right? Oh, before you guys give me your takeaways, if you guys want a month of free coaching, right? All you have to do is refer a friend. Just put me and the friend, or family member or girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, in a group chat together. If they sign up for coaching, you get a free month of coaching. Okay. If you get 6 people, if you refer 6 people by August 15th, something like that. Yeah, by August, then you'll get a free year of coaching. So you guys go put your sales cap on. All right. But with that being said, somebody give me one takeaway, then we're gonna head out of here. We're gonna get out of here. And tell me if that was beneficial. Tell me if you guys want more trainings. Right? We're probably gonna do more trainings anyway, but somebody give me a takeaway. Let me see. Oh, I'm gonna end this recording.